Hello, everybody. We've got a show that promises to be at least mildly interesting for your listening, watching, enjoyment. I'm your host, Jared Correia. I'm the CEO of Red Cave Law Firm Consulting. For my monologue, I'm talking about the new AI-enabled browsers. In the interview, it's Ruby Powers of Powers Law Group and Powers Strategy Group. That's a lot of powers. In the counter program, we're back trying to figure out the prices of some of the craziest shit you can buy online. Now, let's talk about those new AI-enabled web browsers. It's what the AI is telling me I should do. It seems as if there's always something new coming out in the world of artificial intelligence. And that's because it's true. There always is. Generative AI chatbots have been used as a basis for building custom GPTs. And now AI has made its way into web browsers. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. Both OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT and the granddaddy of modern AI, and Perplexity, an AI-based search engine, have recently released new AI-enabled browsers. Atlas is ChatGPT's tool, initially available for the Mac, and Perplexity has launched Comet, available for Mac, Windows, and Android. Of course, this is only the first wave in the new war of AI versus everything else. It's only a matter of time until Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge and Mozilla Firefox and all the rest too become AI-enabled browsers. The prospect is just too delicious. Browsers can become a great nesting doll for artificial intelligence tools, since your browser is where you retain all of your web-based work, which is kind of all of your work. And thus, AI can be deployed onto every product you use and open up in your browser, which is, again, kind of all of your products at this point. That means that you can create agents within and across different programs as long as those are open in your browser. The possibilities are literally endless. The use cases staggeringly large. That all sounds great. But with every AI-based advance, as with pretty much every web-based technology advance before it, there remains the great push and pull of convenience/efficiency versus data security/client confidentiality. That's no different in this context, but the issue is exacerbated here. Think about how you generally use your browser. You've got all your tabs open, exposing client or confidential data across a vast number of platforms, including your email/productivity software, your case management/law practice management software, as well as other relational databases, your customer relationship management/intake software, your project management/task management software, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more. That's all exposed if you open an AI-enabled browser and log in to each or any of those platforms. So, one immediate question is, do you use a browser like this at all? A follow-up question is, if you do you log into all your softwares? Maybe you don't open your email or your case files or your intake files or any combination thereof. Pending vetting of those systems, as well as your analysis of the data captured in each of those tools, you may not want to operate full bore in an AI-enabled environment on the web. However, there are use cases where you might take marketing, for example. You likely don't have sensitive data in your LinkedIn account. At least I hope you don't. If so, what the fuck are we doing here? So, could you use an AI-enabled browser to help you to generate posts and track their effectiveness? Sure. I mean, you can do that on regular LinkedIn, but you could do it as an agent using an AI-enabled browser. Or could you have an AI-enabled browser assist you with an outreach campaign? Yeah, probably. What about administrative tasks? Could you have an AI-enabled browser assist you in developing robust stage workflows for non-substantive processes? Of course. Heck, you may be able to do the same thing for substantive processes, assuming specific client data doesn't creep in. Of course, the real magic of AI-enabled browsers happens when you can use all of your tools in conjunction with each other. And lawyers should continue to explore reasonably secure use cases for doing just that. expanding the universe of tools implicated within AI-enabled browsers based on continual vetting and experimenting. Next up, speaking of vetting and experimenting, I've vetted a guest for you, and now we're going to experiment with a conversation. It's Ruby Powers, a Powers Law Group and Powers Strategy Group. Law and strategy, you say? Sounds like a winning combination. And I don't think I can keep you waiting a moment longer, so let's get to it. Well, I've effectively run out of things to say, which is awkward because this is a podcast and it's only really just starting. So I'm going to practice this Buster Keaton silent movie routine I've been working on, and you can watch. No, I'm just fucking with you. That does sound amazing, but it's probably better to avoid serious injury to myself. So let's keep my ACL intact, and we'll get to our interview instead. I have a real treat for you all today. It's the one and only Ruby Powers, who's the owner of both the Powers Law Group and Powers Strategy Group, and probably a million other things. Ruby, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing, Jared?
I mean, how do you do all this stuff? You got like 50 businesses. It's impressive.
So it's a lot less than that. But I don't know. I get asked this all the time, and I'm like, I might need to write a book about this. I'm not sure. But it involves a lot of time management, a lot of coffee, a lot of delegation, a lot of not doing stupid stuff that just, fills your day, unnecessarily. Like having a little commute, or if I do, try to multitask and don't cook a lot, stuff like that.
Not cooking. There you go. That's the key. I'm right there with you. I'm like, you know what? Dinner tonight will be, I don't know, a sleeve of Oreos. That sounds great. Now, do you work in an office still, or do you work from home?
Yeah, I'm actually in an office right now.
Good for you.
The other business besides those two you mentioned is I have a LLC that bought the building that I rent my law firm. I rent the building to my law firm, so that's I'm in a building that I own. So it's fun. I love it. It's a cute little house, and I have like plants, and I called it. And I asked ChatGPT, how many trees do you need to have to call it an orchard, fruit trees? And so it told me that I can have about 6 or 7 and call it an orchard. So I'm like, okay, I have a law firm orchard.
Well, if ChatGPT says it's right, it must be right.
If they say it so, then it must be right. Exactly. We can rely on the veracity.
That's really cool. You got your own little estate.
Yeah. 5,000 square feet.
So I feel like I've known about you for years. And then like we never met in 15, 20 years. And then all of a sudden I see you everywhere. Like we're at every conference together. You might have been in my backyard last night. I don't know.
Oh, you saw me?
Yeah, I just find it funny that all of a sudden we talked like 4 or 5 different times. Yeah. So one thing
I know. And then
go ahead.
I was hanging out with a friend last week in Nashville, and she's like, yeah, this guy named Jared? I hung out with him in Boston. I was like, yeah, I was on a panel with him like a month ago.
I'm everywhere.
In Boston.
I was in your orchard picking citrus. Let me ask you this, because I find this to be interesting. So I've run into you, and every time I've run into you, you've had a new piece of swag to offer. Cups, stickers, glasses, belts, T-shirts, hats. Like, it's impressive. Like, how do you keep so well stocked? Because this is like, I don't do this very well. Like, I've tried the swag thing before, but then I will have a box of swag and leave it at home. Like, how do you keep your swag game on point to the level that you do?
Well, you're exaggerating what are my capabilities, but I appreciate it. I pretty much only have pens and hand sanitizers. I got the little cute sanitizers and I put a little sticker on them. And then I have some mugs and a few books. But at the conference I saw you, I was trying to figure out how many books can I put in a carry-on? Because my book is like 713 pages.
Oh
it's like
God.
almost 4 pounds or
That's
something
obscene.
insane. And I know. I regret it now. But anyway, and so I think about 4 is how many I can cram in my carry-on and still have enough clothing to wrap my body around for a couple of days at a conference. And so But the hand sanitizers got me in trouble the other day because I had too many. And so they made me check in my bag. And I was like, are you kidding me? Anyway.
I had no idea you had written Finnegan's Wake, basically. It's very impressive. All right, let me ask you this.
I also put some font size, like at a decent size, so people over, 40 can read it. So that was a
I
little
appreciate
bit
that.
for myself. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it myself too.
Well,
Yeah.
that's my new thing. I tell people, like, whenever I go to a restaurant, like, I can't read. I need the large font checks now because
Yeah.
I have no idea what to tip anymore. I'm like, that's just tip like $100. Like, what am I doing?
True.
All right, so let me ask you about the conference thing. So there's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot of conferences out there, like way more than there has ever been. And
I think you're right.
You could probably go to a conference every week if you wanted to. So
if you really wanted to, yeah.
From a strategy perspective, how do you choose which ones to go to for what businesses? Like, what does that look like for you?
Good question. Well, and I think you're right, because like 8 a.m. had their first conference, Kaleidoscope, and that I didn't go at the last minute. That's when I would have seen you in person.
Right, for the first
September, for the first time. But missed opportunity there. And then Case Status had their client experience, CX, in Charleston. I did go to that and speak at that, and that was their first time.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think so. I go to legal tech conferences and law practice management type things, and I'm often getting invited to like immigration conferences to talk about law practice management topics. I think my strategy is like if it checks off multiple boxes, if there's an opportunity to speak, if there's opportunity to either do a podcast interview, an opportunity to connect with other thought leaders or prospective consultees. I really think about that. Like even TLTF is coming up in Austin in November, and that's a little bit different, and experience than like some of these other conferences that we're talking about. But I really have to check a few boxes off because otherwise I'm missing work at the office, and really the more I can do consultations, that's sort of my best use of time, my highest and best use of time for the law firm. But it is challenging being pulled in two directions right now between the two major businesses.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. I feel like it's kind of a blessing to have the name Powers. Like I've always fantasized, like what if my name was Max Power? Like I would be able to do some amazing branding shit.
So I went to college in Austin. And I loved Austin, but I was like, crap.
UT or
yeah,
someplace
UT.
else?
And I was like, well, crap, I
yeah.
can't name my kid Austin Powers. Can't do that.
Well, you could.
I saved him from that, even though probably not everyone would get it. But anyway, but my sister named her son Austin, but she has a different last name. So anyway, and then when we named our son Rex, and then I Googled it, there's like a hand, there's like a puppet, cartoony thingy named Rex Powers. And so anyway, and then, fun fact, there's a drag queen named Ruby Powers. So, I mean, as long as I don't get in,
I did not know that.
There's any confusion, but we can coexist on this planet together.
Rex Powers is great, though. That's like a Bond villain. I love that.
It's a fun name. Actually, at the airport recently, the TSA guy was like, is that your real name? Like, he was like, is like a short for something? Like, nope, that's it.
I'm so jealous. Now, you've got an immigration law firm that you're actively running currently. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I graduated in 2008 in the heat of the Great Recession. I got laid off
good times.
Got laid off twice in 2009. Started my law firm November 2009, so it's 16 years old. And basically it kept expanding. The good thing is I knew I wanted to do immigration, so I did every internship and law clerkship, and even worked for the Committee on Homeland Security before I even went to law school, and the International Student Office at UT during 9/11, actually. So I had always had a passion for immigration between languages, cultures, and perspective and traveling and living abroad. So I sort of hit the ground running and keep expanding and just, diversifying. But it's full service, which means we do everything from family-based, employment-based, humanitarian, asylum, victims of crime, immigration court. And we actually added federal litigation a few years ago for cases that were taking too long. And now we're about to include habeas for cases for clients that are being detained. Yeah.
Awesome. And I just did a quick little math, and if you were at UT in
you did math.
9/11, you took some time off before.
Yeah.
You took some time off before law school?
Yeah. So
Or no? Okay. What'd you do in
did a
between?
gap year between high school and college, but then I still graduated faster than a lot of my classmates because I had so many courses and I clept out of and tested out of. I was an exchange student to Belgium between high school and college. And then after UT, I worked in DC for a little while. We were there during that whole sniper shooting crazy thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and the creation of DHS and all of that. But I did a year in Barcelona as a Rotary Ambassadorial Scholar. So I did a couple of, I did a little gap between high school and college and a little bit between college and law school. So.
A lot of crazy shit going on right now.
Understatement.
Clearly. Is this the wildest time ever to be practicing immigration law? Or is it like it's a Tuesday?
I will say I think it's one of the craziest times. Like I was at a conference recently and they had raise your hand if you've been practicing this long. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like towards the second ladder, more practicing than not in the room. There were some crazy times, I think, with something around like 2001 and during that time, or amnesty in like the 80s. But I think for the majority of people practicing, this is the craziest time we've ever seen. So it's constant change. In the last several months, like I don't know, 400 or 500 actual policy changes. It's not like there's actual laws being passed. There might only have been one. I think the Lake and Riley, maybe that was the only one. But then there's a lot of stuff that goes to the Supreme Court, a lot of federal litigation. And then they're trying, the whole birthright citizenship. I mean, I was about to have to learn which state acknowledged which definition of birthright citizenship. I don't know. I don't want to have to do that. But anyway, crazy times.
So you mentioned the habeas stuff. That sounds like it's a direct response to what's happening right now that you would be working on that.
We're like evolving. Like we added Mandamus filings 3 years ago because of all the cases that were taking so long. For example, an affirmative asylum, you're fleeing horrible bad things, and your asylum they were pending since 2016, 2015. They were like 8 or 9 years. So we started filing mandamuses for those and getting those interviews scheduled and results. And then just so because of that, I'm admitted to every district court in Texas. And we've done pro hac vice with lots of states in the country, with a lot of practitioners in other states. But now we're going to start filing habeases for unlawful detention. And a case recently in the last, month and a half said that many people are not eligible for a bond if they're detained in immigration. And so we're challenging that. And so we have to evolve and adapt our practice areas. We're also, depending on what's happening at the time this comes out, but there's government shutdown and that affects the practice of law as well. So.
Yeah, I'm glad immigration attorneys and other attorneys are out there kind of fighting the good fight here.
Yeah,
so,
we're living off of caffeine and hope and and positive vibes.
Yeah. Good. Keep it up. All right, on your business management stuff, like you got a law firm. Your son is a Bond villain. Like, you got a lot going on.
Can he be a hero, a Bond hero?
Why? Okay. No, he's definitely a Bond villain. So why would you be like, let me open up a management consulting firm also?
Let me give you a little background on that. I wrote a book about law practice management for the American Immigration Lawyers Association in 2019. Basically because I was writing all these articles for different things. And I was like, why don't I put it in a book? And also it was really inspired by the Jay Foonberg's book about law practice management. And so anyway, I put that together. Then I was like, you know what? People don't always read, no offense to people, but like, why don't we learn different?
That's one of the reasons we're in this current predicament. People don't read.
So I was like,
read something,
how
people.
about I produce this information in different avenues, And so then I started during the pandemic happened. I did like these little Zoom retreats for 2 days, and it was like, how are we going to get through this,
Yeah.
And then I just did monthly webinars. And then I was like, I should do a podcast, and because that's another way to digest information. And then I wrote another book about law practice management. Okay, where the answering your question is because I realized I needed.
You got 2 books under your belt for law practice management at this point
and
in time.
The second one was really about all the practice types, and I added more chapters and post-pandemic world as well. But the reason why I started that second business was because I realized it was sort of like a hobby that needed to turn into a business. Like I was, doing all these things, but I needed to get it organized. And so it's providing different services in that space to help people through their journey of having a law firm.
Okay, so what kind of services are you offering?
Well, we have
there? Like if I was an attorney who was listening and I wanted help with that.
So there's one-on-one consulting. There's the school community, SKOOL, has a Power Hub. We have also the podcast, Power Up Your Practice. We have the Power Up Your Practice, the book. And then we're coming out with some masterminds and retreats, in-person retreats in 2026. So that's what we're working on right now. But we wanted to lay the groundwork with the book and the podcast and some of those remote classes. So it's a little bit of everything. We're meeting people where they are, and having had my practice for 16 years, and I say, I jokingly, like, I've had this job for a really long time, but part of it is that I'm asking lots of questions. I talk to a lot of other people with their practices. And even with the podcast, like, I interview so many people and I learn so much. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also teach a law class about law practice management. And so when I do that,
Sure. Why the fuck not?
So when I do that, like,
whatever.
I mean, it's giving me a lot of excitement, because I'm like, trying to give them the late breaking information. I get guests to come speak to my class. And so I'm in this fun ecosystem between the conferences, the consults, the class, the podcast, and the speeches I do on a regular basis.
So what made you do the retreats? I fucking hate retreats.
Why do you
just
hate
between
them?
Me and you. And now anyone who's listening, I just can't stand them. Like, they're awful. People ask me to run retreats all the time. I'm like, no, thanks. Hard pass.
I've seen so much value when you get out of the day to day and you can just sort of connect and with like a higher purpose of what you're trying to accomplish and sort of get rid of all the sound and the noise. That's the reason why. And I think sometimes you just need the auto, correct. You just sort of need a readjustment of like, where are you going? And so I think firm retreats or even just like going to one with other law firm owners or business owners. I love that. And I mean, it really resonated during the pandemic when I did those 2-day virtual ones. It's just that logistically I'm building up to that space, but I wanted to lay the groundwork with the podcast and the book. In a way, it's like these conferences are sort of like retreats, depends on how you define it. Like you're getting away from your normal job, you're meeting with a lot of other people, you're sharing ideas, even just bumping in the elevator or at the party or whatever, you're making connections. And I always come back so enthusiastic about, wait, we should try this, or did you know about this? My team's usually a little overwhelmed by me when I come back, but
I just want to watch horrifying camping videos on Netflix. That's what I want to do. Yeah, it's a thing.
I don't think I could ever go camping if podcast. I did that.
No, this is precisely why I don't go camping. In terms of the podcast, it sounds like that was an outgrowth of the business management stuff. But what does that look like? Are you interviewing people? Are you monologuing? Is it like a little bit of both?
I don't
talk to people about that in case they're interested.
You do with the monologuing at the beginning, but I like your format. I might start doing that.
Me too.
I mostly interview, so in about anywhere from 30 to like 45 minutes, the conversation of like, who are they a little bit, what do they do? We try to have a theme. that we talk about, like, I don't know, like digital marketing or, how AI is transforming their business, which we have a lot of legal tech. So I have to niche that down a lot because I talk to a lot of legal tech people. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then we try to close it up, and then I ask some fun questions and how they can stay in touch with them. And so hopefully there's a good value to the listeners in that space. But I enjoy it selfishly. I ask a lot of questions I'm interested in myself, and I always get a lot of value from it.
Right. What are you finding with the students in law school now? Are they like, I'm just here because I didn't know what else to do? Are they really invested in practicing? What do they think about AI? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't see them less invested than prior years. I've been teaching for 6 semesters now. But what I will say is the evolution of AI, like, in those 6 semesters, so let's say 3 years, we didn't talk about AI that much like the first semester. Then the second one, it was like, oh my God, I want to tell you about this. And they were like, oh, what is that? And then like the third and the fourth, they're like, ooh, they're using it more. And they're like, now they're teaching me a little bit, but for the most part, not that much. Usually what it is they're still a little afraid. And depending on the professors, they're being told to not use it or what have you. There's some guardrails.
That's crazy.
And I forgot what I saw. Oh my gosh. I didn't go to CleoCon, but I saw a lot of the LinkedIn and the posts and the interviews and the articles and stuff. But it was something like, I think Ed Walters said something to somebody after listening to the Richard Susskind keynote, and just like how important it is for us to be teaching the students like how to use it and how, what their new role is going to be. And so after I listened to all of that, my speech to my students after CleoCon, even though I wasn't there, I was like, you guys realize this is happening, right? Richard Suskind's like, AGI could happen in the next 5 years. We need to prepare for it. Even if it doesn't happen, we need to be prepared. And then they're like, so what are you saying? We should be worried? Like we shouldn't be to finish our degree? And I was like, that's not what I'm saying. Don't get me in trouble with administration or anything from the school,
Right.
But
Ready to walk out of class.
But I'm saying, like, you need to not put your head in the sand. Like, you need to be paying attention to this. Like, I'm bringing these amazing guests to the class, and I mean, they're getting excited about it. But like, it's a muscle, And the more I go out there to attorneys, a lot of them haven't experimented or they're afraid. I saw this one friend recently at a conference. He was like sitting in a room and the conference is going on. And he's like, I have to crank out this motion because of blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, did you use any AI tools? He's like, well, I don't really use those. I was like, dude, use something so that you don't have to sit all this time in this room, and you can go out and enjoy the conference, And anyway, so I think
lawyers love nothing more than to be passed by. They love it.
I think that we have to come together as a legal profession in the education space, and I know there's some really amazing professors that are at law schools that are given the ability to talk about these things, or there's a whole department or program, like in Oklahoma and Vanderbilt with Cat Moon and like a lot of other places that they have these programs. But it really made me think like we need to be teaching this more wholeheartedly. My class is law practice management. I feel like I have 28 hours, like literally 28 hours, 14 weeks of 2 hours to teach the most practical lessons possible that they probably are getting, minus a clinic they might be in. And I feel like it's such a it's such a tall order for me to have to cover so much. And AI is only like literally 1 or 2 hours of all of that.
Right. I'm finding the same thing, that attorneys aren't using it as aggressively as they could be. I hope it changes
too.
This was fun. Do you want to hang around and do one more segment? Okay, we're going to jump into that next. Hang in, everybody. All right, everybody, welcome back. That's right. It's time for the Counter Program. It's a podcast within a podcast. This is a conversational space where I can address usually unrelated topics that I want to explore at a greater depth with my guests. Expect no rhyme and very little reason. Ruby, I just want to confirm you have no idea what's happening right now, right?
I think that's true. I tried to research in advance, but I don't.
It's funny. Sometimes people are like, do you script any of this stuff? And I'm like, no, I don't. We just blow it out.
I know you like surprises, but I don't know what the
love
surprise
surprises.
is.
Well, we're going to be doing a recurring segment that I like. This will be the third time we're running it. Have you ever visited the website thisiswhyimbroke.com?
No.
You're doing it now.
No.
This is great content. Let's watch Ruby go to the site. So it's a great website. So it's basically a list of all kinds of crazy shit that you can buy. They label themselves the Internet Mall. So it's a tremendous way to run down your bank account. They also have great product descriptions. What I like best about the site is all the crazy product descriptions. So we're bringing back this recurring segment with you that I call Just How Broke Am I? I'm going to tell you a name of a product on the site, read the description. I may or may not have purchased it. And all you have to do is tell me how much you think it costs. I'll even give you options. So
it's like The Price is Right or something like that in a way.
Yeah, if we want to get sued, it's not at all like The Price is Right. It's like
JK,
something else entirely that I just invented. All right, I am going to share with you my screen, and I'll try not to fuck this up, but Evan can edit it on the backside. I think I did it right. Okay, here we go. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Whoa.
This is the toothpick crossbow.
Oh, it's a toothpick.
Let me read the description. It is a toothpick crossbow. Declare war on your fellow cubicle mates by launching little projectiles at them using the toothpick crossbow. It measures just under 5 inches long, so you can conceal it, making it ideal in terms of size for firing small projectiles like toothpicks and Q-tips. I'm definitely firing toothpicks, not Q-tips, because I am cruel.
They could be lethal probably if you hit it the right
If you hit somebody in the eye or something, definitely.
Yeah. Mm.
Do you want to take a guess at how much the toothpick crossbow costs? I can also give you options to choose from.
Okay. Why don't you give me options?
You saw its sturdy construction.
It did
metallic.
Look sturdy. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Toothpicks not included. Is it $1.59, $15.99, or $25.99?
$25.99.
Final answer. Good guess. But it is $15.
Really?
$15.99.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Solid metallic construction. If you want to fire on your coworkers or friends, you're going to have to pay for that privilege.
Is that like pre or post like tariffs and inflation? Because I mean, I think we're in some difficult.
What even are the tariffs at this point? Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. Okay.
Tariffs to Canada are like 180%. If I'm trying to buy a toothpick crossbow from Canada, it's going to cost me like $500. I don't know. It's fucking nuts right now.
Can't believe I got that one wrong. But okay. All right. Do I get to try again?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We got more. Okay. As you can see, $15.99. The 2-person mozzarella costume. Looking pretty swank, right? That could be you and another person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, whoops. I reveal the prices. Hopefully you didn't see that. Okay. Become the ultimate snack duo with the 2-person fried mozzarella cheese pull costume. Together, you're irresistibly cheesy. Perfect for Halloween parties, date nights, or proving your love is truly stringy and deep fried. Question is, what would you pay for something like that?
Could I say 0? I don't think I want it.
You can say that. What do you think the actual price is? Do you think it's $50, $75, or $125?
Oh.
50, 70, 125. 50, 75, 125.
50. Let's go 50.
75.
It was 70? 75?
Yeah. 75.
Well, I guess.
Which I think is because it's 2 costumes.
Yeah.
This is like the one thing you're not good at. Yeah. Picking out prices on a random internet site. It's probably best that you're good at the other stuff. All right, let's do our next one. I'm at least enjoying myself. I hope you're having a little bit of fun. This is. I I feel like the correct answer is going to start flowing.
Okay.
Because wouldn't you want a diesel-powered battle robot? I do. Make your wildest dreams a reality. Because now you can own your very own 13-foot-tall, diesel-powered battle robot known as the Corpus. This metallic mammoth of a robot even comes with a cockpit so you can get inside and ride around like they do in Avatar. I think we should also note that this is a diesel-powered battle robot, so you can't get regular gas into this bad boy.
Okay.
So if you
and I
wanted
also
to buy
saw it say 4.4 tons.
4.4 tons. Yep, 13 feet
That's
tall.
a lot. Right.
4.4 tons.
Okay.
Does
I
the
wonder what my
diesel-powered
price options
battle
are. Yeah.
robot cost
Wow.
$750,000, $1 million, or $1.35 million? 750, 1 million, or 1.35 million.
Let's go with wait, what was it constructed out of?
Looks like metal, like real metal. Metallic
metal?
mammoth. Yep.
Not
Not paper mache. Not
I don't know.
plywood.
This is really hard. I think maybe it's the million, but then at the same time, it could be some crappy stuff that maybe could do it really. But that 4.4 tons, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
legit.
I'm thinking let's go with the million, the middle one. Let's go with the middle. Did I get it wrong?
You are bad at this. Yes, 1.35 million, which seems like a deal, frankly. I don't know about you, but I kind of want to ride around in this thing in my backyard and just freak out my neighbors. I don't know if it's worth 1.35 million, but
Well, I wonder how much it costs to just rent it. Like that would be sort of fun to
there
be
you go.
in it for.
that could be the business. Like, I know you're looking for additional business models. That could be something
really
that you could do. You could rent the diesel-powered robot suit. Be pretty amazing. I'll be your first customer.
Okay, sounds good. We have a plan.
Here we go again. Got another one. This kind of hits home for me. The poop knife. And as you can see, it says on the corner, it's a real thing. Dropping dookies will never be the same once the poop knife enters your life. This metal reinforced and silicone wrapped heaven sent tool will efficiently chop the pesky sewer snakes that need a little extra help on their way down. Now let me monologue for a moment, because I had an uncle back in the day, back in the 50s, who shall remain nameless. But I only have so many uncles, so if you're inclined to research, you could probably find him, who had a little popsicle stick that he would use for this purpose. But now we have a tool that is perfectly fitted for this situation. The poop knife, a real thing. Is it a real thing that costs $14.95, $19.95, or $24.95? This invaluable tool. $14.95, $19.95, or $24.95. What do you think?
I think the cheaper option.
Yes, you did it.
Yay!
Yes. We had to get to the poop knife, but you got it right. All right, I got 3 more. You want to hang around for 3 more? They're each equally delightful.
Sure. But I mean, I wouldn't mind finishing off when I actually get one right, but that's fine. Let's go.
Oh, ending on a high note, George Costanza style? Yeah, we don't do that here. Okay. This is one that I would find useful. The cookbook called What the Fuck Should I Make for Dinner? I could use one of these. So,
Okay, I can't look at the prices.
I gave you a little peek.
I try not to look.
Could be, not to look. Yeah, but this could be, like, that's not cheating. That's on me. So, I got to get better at scrolling. Don't know what to make for dinner? No worries. The What the Fuck Should I Make for Dinner cookbook gets everyone off their asses and into the kitchen. You'll be able to whip up any fucking dish you wish like a goddamn pro by following the profanity-laden recipes. It's too bad. This could have been your next book, but somebody's already put it together. What the fuck should I make for dinner? The eternal question. $10.99, $14.99, or $29.99? $10.99, $14.99, or $20.99?
Probably $20.99, because they're probably going to try to charge more for that. But
actually, it is a raging value at $10.99. All right, 2 more for you. We've next got something that every household needs, which is the ramen noodle candle. Ramen noodle scented candle. There it is right there. The ramen noodle scented candle fills your space with cozy umami notes of sage, garlic, and cumin. Hand poured from 100% vegan soy wax, it's a comforting, aromantic tribute to your favorite late night bowl, minus the sodium and regret. Truer words were never spoken. The ramen noodle candle, necessity for every home. Are we talking $15.99, $27.99, or $34.99? $15.99, $27.99, or $34.99 for the ramen noodle candle?
Maybe the middle price. The 20.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Ding,
Yay!
ding, ding. Not bad. You get 2. I'm personally impressed. This is a difficult game. Plus, you've never seen the site before.
No, I haven't.
Right.
I didn't. No, I guess this is where you can go for all the people who you have a hard time buying for. You know, like this is where they...
Yeah. Although the pricing is wildly divergent, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I have one more left for you. I think I saved the best for last. I really like this one. So it is the gold. It is the vault of gold coins. Fulfill your lifelong dream of swimming in an overflowing pool of money like Scrooge McDuck with this actual bank vault filled with gold coins. And when you grow tired of swimming in it, grab a handful and have a money snowball fight with your something children. Oh, gosh. With your... I can't even read it. Can you read it? Can you finish it off for me?
The resentful children?
Resentful children.
Yeah.
Yes. The sharing mechanism is covering the text. Thank you for saving me there.
Oh, okay.
Gold.
So
vault.
I'm just like, is that really
coins.
made out of gold? Is it?
It is
gold?
real gold. Real gold coins. It's unfortunate that Rex Powers is not on the podcast right now because totally Bond villain coded to have one of these. So, real gold coins, vaults filled with them, actual picture, $13 million, $22 million, or $41 million. Remember, it's an actual vault with actual gold coins.
Okay. Was 20 or 40?
13 million, 27 million, 41 million.
I guess
this is why I love having lawyers on the show, because they try and reason this out when this is absolutely like completely unreasonable.
I'll go with the 40.
Good guess.
That one, the highest one.
You know, I'm going to give that one to you because this vault is 13 million, but you could easily fill it with $41 million worth of gold coins.
Wow.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Okay.
The Scrooge McDuck effect.
That, I know, we watched that as kids. Like, they'd always go play in the vault. Like, I mean, I'm sure that's not fun necessarily because of it's so heavy, you know, like, it's like even playing in those like little balls that are made out of plastic, those can be hard to go in that little pool of those, whatever those little balls are. Like to try to play around with gold coins, I think that could hurt you.
I always felt like there's a little suspension of belief in DuckTales. Like, I don't feel like you can actually swim around in gold coins, though it would be amazing. And if I was going to do it, I would definitely be wearing a top hat, a suit jacket, and no pants like Scrooge McDuck. Anyway, I think we should probably be done now. Ruby, thanks for coming in. It was a delight.
Well, this was great. I went all over the place, including yeah. Now I know a really great website to spend some of the time that I don't have.
Oh, same. Well, thank you for coming on. We'll have to do it again sometime.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
All right, take care.
All right, you too.
Thanks to our guest, Ruby Powers of Powers Law Group and Powers Strategy Group. To learn more about Ruby and Powers Law Group, visit rubypowerslaw.com. That's rubypowerslaw.com. Smush them together, all one word. To learn more about Ruby and Powers Strategy Group, visit powersstrategygroup.com. That's powersstrategygroup.com. Now, because I'll always be a 90s kid who has a 5 CD changer in the trunk of his Chevy Chevette, jealous, but whose true passion is burning CDs, for anyone who would listen, I'm now just doing the modern version of that, which is creating Spotify playlists for every podcast episode that I record where the songs are tangentially related to an episode topic. This week's playlist is like a Thanksgiving feast and features the same menu. Yeah, you got it. We're talking turkey because it's songs about birds. What the fuck? Why not? It's sponsored by Purdue. Just kidding. It's not sponsored by anyone yet, though we're still shot through with antibiotics. Join us next time as I continue to bathe in my own juices. Nah, that's nasty.